Hello everyone and welcome to Mod of the Week, and today I've decided that there's not enough eyes in the world. We need more eyes. Why do we need more eyes? So we can see more things. I thought that would be pretty self-evident. Give me a key, please. Oh my god! I have the power. I require a bar of gold. I convincingly summoned a bar of gold. Oh! This rocks! Wait, no. Ah! Cause like it backfired and fell on my head. So what this does, you fire it out, it attaches to a wall, and then it lets your tears fly, which, as you can imagine, offers a lot of fun things that we couldn't quite do before. So let's see how this run develops, and if we can achieve true glory. I mean, already I've got like a nice little safety box that I can just kind of scooch into, and everything will be okay in there. I don't have to worry, and everything's warm and fuzzy. And why is warm, right, the safety temperature? Surely cold should be the temperature at which things are safe, because things that are dangerous don't move when it's cold. Things being super freezing makes dangerous things inactive, you know? Like, if you're trying to run from a really dangerous creature and you make it warm, they'll just be like, oh god, Jesus Christ, but they'll still be able to go. Where if it's super cold, then their body just goes into shutdown conserve energy mode. Like, it's a much more extreme state. So it should be all safe and cold, but then again, I guess cold has more cold connotations in the sense of, oh, that's cold. So if we're going to look at it from the emotional way, then I guess hot makes sense. But then again, it's not like you want to be like, oh, I'm in such a hot environment right now. I feel so safe and sexy. Like, you know, that's kind of the opposite of what you want as well. You don't want to feel like you're in danger, but also at any moment, someone might compliment you on your incredible handsomeness. Like, there is a line that you don't want to cross. Alright, okay, look, I think I've got it. You just want to be room temperature and safe, okay? Room temperature and safe, that's the way to go. But then again, things operate really well at room temperature, so perhaps that's not the way to go. Damn. You can't go too hot or too cold, because then you're not safe because it's too hot or too cold for you as a human. Oh my god! There's no safe temperature! How has nobody ever realized this before? There's no safe temperature. Is this important? I'm not sure if this actually matters. But look, guys, there's no safe temperature. I need you all to know that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I might regret. Then again, there's every chance that my lovely little eye drones are enough to see me through this. Yeah, look at that. How awesome of a green mode item is this spacebar? I can just set up a really nice grid, and if things get a little bit too difficult, a little bit too hairy, well, I can just use my many, many eyes to power me through while I dodge and weave. Oh. Who lives in a pineapple and goes on a murdering spree? SpongeBob Stab Pants! Vicious and bloodthirsty and psychopathic is he. Oh my, run away! An 18+ version be something you wish. Maybe? We'll see how it plays. Well then, flop on the ground, I'll gut ye like a fish. That wasn't horrible. You know, I used to be forced to watch a lot of kids' cartoons because I had a little brother when I still lived at home, and him growing up meant that Cartoon Networks were on, in some cases specifically Cartoon Network, were on a lot. But I will admit there is a part of me that didn't hate it. A lot of them are really stupid, but a lot of them do have a few little things in there that are for the adults that are kind of forced to watch. SpongeBob especially was really good at have-something them. It's quite actually a self-aware show. I don't know, but I'm not like I'm going to sit here and like have a proper evaluation of the merits and drawbacks of SpongeBob. I'm not going to get that far into it, but you know, there is some things to be said. Ooh, all right. So does this please tell me it? I have knife turrets. That is quite good. I will admit that is quite good, and I kind of want it to go across so there's a more dense knife wall. That way anything that does actually get involved in it does die. I think that's a more sensible way to lay out my eyes. Oh, I really want to get some synergies and see what happens. I can't believe we instantly got something so amazing. Oh, we really do need more eyes in the world. Yes, we do. Now, honestly, actually, that kind of reminds me, out of the three great powers, okay, out of the three great powers, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, okay? The ability to know everything, the ability to be everywhere, and the ability to be all-powerful. To me, the most incomprehensible and crazy one of those is to be everywhere, or ergo, to essentially be able to see everything, because I always interpreted omniscience as essentially being in like a big security booth, and at any point you can flip a camera that is sort of like full 3D vision controllable like you were there at any part of the universe, and you can choose to watch it whenever you want. But technically speaking, that's not completely true. That's just a way to rationalize it. What it actually implies is that you are comprehending and seeing infinite space simultaneously, and that kind of, it breaks me a little bit, because if you think about it, omnipotent, that's fine, right? Infinite power, anything you can imagine, boop, willed into reality, okay? Easy, that one ain't no thing. Infinite power, schminfinite power, you know what I'm saying? But then we have knowing everything, you know, that one's okay. Omniscient, you know, that's fine. And technically you can kind of correlate omniscient and omnipresent with knowing everything and knowing what's happening everywhere at once. But for the sake of this, let's separate them. Knowing everything, that I can kind of get behind, because while it's an incomprehensibly large amount of knowledge for a brain to hold, more than it ever could, it is at least possible to imagine a simple, huge amount of data in your head, and at any point you can cycle through it and find out what you need. Yes, you can, it's kind of crazy to imagine knowing it all simultaneously, but that I don't think is it's not too ridiculous, is what I'm saying. But the one that gets me, as I just said, is seeing everything at once, because that actually blows my mind, because I have no idea how you would even go about, like, functioning that. Because, look, imagine if you were wearing glasses, okay, and on the left lens there was a video feed to a room somewhere, and on the right lens there was a video feed to a park somewhere. I let you watch them for an hour, and I then asked you to tell me what happened on both. You'd either tell me really well what happened on one and barely get anything on the other, or kind of half-fuzzily do a bit of both, right? It would be so impossible, well, not completely impossible, but very, very unlikely that you could accurately watch both, because just processing two at once is crazy. So then you imagine that, but with infinite amounts, and it's like, how could you see everything? Oh my god, like, even if you just had, like, the ability to see, like, 20 feet away. Like, you're looking at your computer screen, everything's fine, you're playing, you're having fun, but at the same time, you can also be aware and look into the corridor near you, right? Even just that, you can only really focus on one, right? You can only either be looking at your computer screen or going, hang on, I'll check my mind camera and have a look in the corridor. And even that is like, I don't even know if I could do it. I really don't. Like you know, in some movies when like a skeletal dude pops his eye out and then like puts it round a corner so he can see round. That still means that one eye is looking at two different things simultaneously, right? One eye's looking down the corridor, the other eye is looking where he is holding it from the down the corridor cam. And even at that situation, do you just switch off one of them? Do you have to choose? Is it like a remote flipping? And what I'm saying is, how can you have eyes everywhere? How can you have try and imagine simultaneously seeing just every room in your house at once. Like being in a booth with infinite computer screens in front of you showing literally everything all the time. And I can't, guys. I can't. It just doesn't. And great, I'm not supposed to be able to comprehend it because they are the incomprehensible. But still, I want to try, okay? I want to try. Ooh, Cricket's head will do. That's an appreciable amount of damage. Kinda need to get something, though. We managed to get knives, and that's super cool. We don't want Wishworm, because the faster the knives travel, the less damage they deal. Should I get a present? Go on, then. I'm gonna get a present, and we'll see what it is. Oh, my God. Frickin' turret and wall turret. Can't really take both, sadly, because we don't have the damn backpack. But even then, when you swap spacebar items, it cancels the other one, which I think is really silly. Like, what's the point of that if that's going to be the case? I will take this because we should, in theory, get spun, which is another load of damage. I could have flaming knives. You know, I'm not against flaming knives. I'm really not. Are they upside down? Oh my God, my knives are drunk. I was just trying to, like, be wielded. It was like he was holding my handle, but I was like, how would it be upside down? Because I was like, well, why can't a knife be upside down? So I was spinning in his hand, and he was trying to use me, but he was losing the fight because I wasn't even sure where I am. And I only had a little bit of blood to drink, man. It's all cool. I can drive. You're a knife. You never drive. I can drive. You are clearly drunk. No, I'm blunt. I'm not even sharpened. You are very sharpened. I've not been to a sharpened. I can stop being sharpened at any time. When did this turn into, like, frickin' knife narcotics is them being sharpened? In the world of knife culture, there is a serious problem with sharpening happening on the streets. For the right price, you can find somewhere to be sharpened, and it's a growing issue and concern amongst knife parents and their tiny baby knives. I'm having a fun mod of the week. There's a lot of good uses for this. I mean, it obviously has a lot less power if you put it in a normal run. You know, you could put one of them up in a boss room, but even then, actually, that's still really quite useful. Like, you still get a lot out of that. There's definitely better spacebar items, but there's a part of me that thinks this might be better than the normal turret when it comes to this mode. I think it kind of is. I think the turret's better in normal runs, so that's kind of cool. It gives it its own proper little niche, which is really satisfying. Alright, please don't give me another Jarrett. Oh, thank God, because I want to save this till the lower floors, so I was hoping we weren't going to get a second one. I'll take flaming knives, just because I want my knives to set people on fire, and if we get a reroll in two, sadly, we do not. Although, perhaps, well, I guess that technically works out, doesn't it? Do we re-roll this floor when we can only buy one item? I still think we do. I don't think it's a huge, like, oh, what do we do? Kind of tempted to get the increased. Oh, that was a good decision. You know that when something happens and it's met by a bunch of people going, you've somehow been teleported to France. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. It's not even slightly. It's so terrible. Okay, we'll have food knives. I don't think that really does much, but the extra tiers certainly might come in handy. And then I guess we'll have a little re-roll, and we'll try and remember to use our Yera on this floor. That seems like a sensible decision before I lose the ability. So how does this affect the knives? Oh, it just literally doubles up on the turret. That's crazy. That's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm already taking... Wait, why am I taking so much damage? What is happening? What is hitting me? I'm really confused. There's like things over there and there's like bullets coming towards me. Alright, I'll do that, and then that should hopefully clear out that top area. What is... Die! Thank you! Was it really that hard to just stop trying to kill me? Like just for a moment, stop trying to murder me? Look, there's another pair of knives. Have fun. They're not going to have fun, am I? Okay. Hey. Careful. Careful. You might hurt someone with the blood. Okay, do I do the... I'll risk it. That worked, yeah. Okay, alright, that worked out really well, team. I'm proud of us there. Just instant. They appeared effectively with a pair of holes in them. That's amazing. Do I want to do the devil deal now? I don't think it's worth the risk, just because we have way too much potential here. Don't need to take that, essentially, so we'll re-roll, see what we get. Void, not exactly incredible there, is it? So we'll go again. Still not exactly incredible. Feel like I'm being a little bit robbed here. Wow, that is tragic. That is absolutely tragic. I don't even know how I'm supposed to deal with that disappointment. That is... Fortunately, we have Mum's knife. I don't know if you've noticed, but we do have Mum's knife, which gives us a really large amount of damage. So even in that situation, I knew it! That's why I wanted to not immediately go in the devil deal and do the devil deal wave, because I was totally convinced it was going to be Krampus. Every part of me was screaming Krampus. And I don't have to tell you how disconcerting it is when your left elbow is screaming Krampus. Alright, shop, lay some good uns on me. Blood clot, I will take. I think I will. That might give us red knives, in which case I am all for that. Don't try and snipe me. God, don't you just hate it when there's fires wielding sniper rifles? This is definitely diamonds. Oh, it's in fact a chaos card. That's not horrible. All things considered, that is not horrible. Nothing too hot there. Come on, world. Come on, world. Don't worry, though, guys. I do plan on showing you a little bit of Synergy Lab this. Oh, my God. We could have had Chaos card, Blank card. I mean, that's not bad, is it? Oh, look at that. That is severely disappointing. You know what? That is so disappointing. I want the disappointment to spread. I really, really do. So let's go with full disappointment. In the comments, I need to know the most disappointing thing that's happened to you this week. For me, it was a case of such hilarious laziness from both me and Danny that I think it's fantastic. So we'd been asleep for a couple of hours, right? Okay? And I hear like huge knocks on the door, and it's just like really bum 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 thudding, and I apologize if that sounded awful down the microphone, but there's just loads of thudding, and I'm like, why? I don't want to get up. Is it important? So I look over and kind of shake Nanny a little bit. I'm like, wake up, the door. What is it? And she's like, oh, it's mail. I'm like, is it important? And she's like, I'll go. Can you get it? Can you go get it? And I'm like, so it is important? And she's like, get it. I'm like, no, can you get it? If it's your mail, I don't want to get. I'm asleep. And she's like, I don't want to get it either. I'm like, well, then nobody's getting it. And we were like, that's fine. He'll probably just leave it somewhere, right? Yeah, definitely mail. So we both mutually agreed, fuck it, let's go back to sleep. Probably not worth it, which I already think is absolutely amazing. But then literally like an hour and a half later, a second mailman arrives with an entirely different package, and essentially the same conversation happens again, except this time I'm like, no, I will get this one. No more being lazy. So I get out of bed and start putting clothes on to go answer the door. And then Danny, kind of indignantly in her half asleep, is like, no, I will. I'm gonna do it. You shouldn't have to get up. I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, no, I always get up and get the mail. And she gets all like snarky because we're super fucking tired and grumpy, which is the case when we're super fucking tired and grumpy. And then she gets up, starts putting on her tiger onesie, the one that she got along with my owl onesie. And we're both there, kind of angrily, half confused, sleepily sat on the edge of either side of the bed, trying to put clothes on to spitefully, tiredly get the mail from one another. When we both kind of look at each other and go, this one will probably get just put in the safe place, right? Like it's fine. We don't need to get this one. Yeah, no, you're probably right. We don't. So we both decided, fuck it, stopped halfway and got back in bed and went to sleep and missed the second mail delivery in the space of 4 hours and 1 night. So that was that crowning disappointment when we woke up and both of them hadn't been put in the safe place and had just left a mess delivery note. So we had to go get them. Sad times, you know. Sad times. Oh my god, we did it! And then there was Golden Greed. Sucks that he is so tanky that he needs to be careful. We might be able to get through him though. This pair of knives is proving positively perfect in the puncturing of the puncturing. That's the word I was going for, puncturing. Oh my god, careful. We've almost got him. We've actually got a really high damage run here, which is fantastic. And honestly, this really does feel like just a normal greed run where we happened to find this item and it was really, really good for us because we also got Mum's knife. I think that is really awesome. You know an item's balanced when it just feels like it belongs in the game. So there you go, guys. That's Isaac's eyes. I will hop in the lab and just show you my favorite thing so far with this item. So here we are then. I want to grab myself the sharp plug and the wafer so I can keep making it happen, and then we're going to go for, I mean, it might be kind of classic, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do this might actually be an item that's definitely of worthy contention for a bit of a lab action, so we got that, firing those, looking all good, but we want to, of course, take it as far as possible, always as far as possible. So we want to grab ourselves Spoonbender, a little bit of Sacred Heart, just for a nice little bit of damage up, and then we want to get our Brimstone, and then we want to go acquire the double trinket room, and then that will let us get our growing and shrinking star shots. There we go, wobbly wibbly wobbly, and then just for that little extra kick, we're going to add ourselves Tech 1, and what this allows us to do is essentially, well, this. Is that not awesome? Just a permanent beam, and then the lightning that comes out of it is amazing. So we set it up on this side, and then look, we just have this permanent, almost cosmically powerful beam pulsating down the greed mode that will just never stop, arcing with lightning out to everyone who gets near. And you could give it shielded tears, which is also a pretty good way to do it, but it's just, oh, fantastic. It really, really is. So let me get rid of the hangers on. So here we are facing Ultra Greed. And I have the wrong spacebar item. So here we are facing Ultra Greed, and there we go. Look at that. And then they're going to come back in a little bit because we got ourselves a tiny little bit of continuum. So I can just sit pretty at the eye here and just let it wash over him. The damage is low because we've not picked any up and it's still working with soy milk. But I do think it's phenomenal. Either way, guys, that's a little taste of this mod. Like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. I will see you next time. A goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo. But I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song. And don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.